Today we play Best of One.
The only one in Best of One.
What? Genius axes!
Ta-da!
Eorian. This is Standard. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, I'm playing a deck I call ASHIOK, which sounds like a really bad trip to the doctor's office. Anyway, we are running ASHIOK, Wicked Manipulator, the one and only Planeswalker in Wilds of Eldraine. And this card has a cool ability that lets you pay life while your library has some cards in it, and exile those instead of paying the life. The rest of the abilities are very good as well, making nightmares, growing nightmares. What do we do to pay life? One of my favorite things, as you may have guessed already from the title, is Staff of Completion. Using this to pay life, to draw cards, to proliferate, to do other things is very, very powerful with ASHIOK because the abilities of Staff are actually really good, and you can pay mana to untap the Staff to get even more out of those abilities. So the value-gasm, as I'll call it, between ASHIOK and Staff of Completion is very fun, but on top of that, you can throw other fun abilities such as Tenacious Underdog. Mosswood Dreadknight is a new adventure card that lets you draw a card and lose a life, and it is a 3/2 on one side, it is a draw on the other, and when the 3/2 dies, well, you can cast it on the adventure side from your graveyard. But CGB, all of the deck's exile stuff, it'll always get exiled, CGB. Well, maybe not. Staff of Completion has this cool tap, pay one life, destroy a permanent you own. So it's really good with cards like Underdog and Dreadknight that are better in the graveyard. So it helps keep them in the graveyard. So that's my, basically this Golgari deck's a little splash of green for Glissa, Dreadknight, and Terra Sunder. The rest, a lot of the value and powerful black cards that we know. And running Agatha's Soul Cauldron, because I have a theory that this might just be a good card on its own. It synergizes very well with ASHIOK's Nightmares, which get +1/+1 counters if you exile a card from anywhere before your combat step. So that's why that's there. All right, let's dive in. Let the nightmares begin. Pretty clear mono red gamer over there. You can also tell by the 2 pain lands in our opener. Hee keep. What? You're not mono red. Well, that's cool. Adventure side. When it dies, if you may cast it from the graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn, or we can adventure it now. Nah, let's be aggressive. I think that we're supposed to do it like this, because we can always have the adventure later. First time casting the card. Just play your creature on turn 2, CGB. Why? Why is it so hard for you to not draw a card? You haven't met me. I was gonna say, have you met me? No, you have not. That would be weird. But shout out in the comments if you met me, like at a convention or something, in a totally cool way. What is going on? Are opponents that ramp deck? Yes, they are. And it is a staff. Interesting. I would like card. That is not land. Okay, staff. I'm going to draw and try to hit land drop. We're at 13. Okay. Deck says no land. That's great. 5 mana Sunfall? You'd think they would have done it by now. It's kind of like the snap play, right? Angel's pretty good because they can go after Dreadknight. Okay. Bird Migration. Black mana. Done. Interesting. Still can't block. They might have removal or counterspell, which makes Shieldred kind of sus. And we could blitz Underdog instead, but I think we go for it. Hey! Plus they might not use removal on my attackers. The Bindin? We got the Terra Sunder. Wait a minute. Yeah, they have to take the Glissa. They don't take the Glissa, then Glissa gets back the Shieldred. So that, yeah, they have to take the Glissa. Okay, let that be. Let that be. Stupid Leyland binding. I should probably just draw the card here and now. I don't think we're going to use the cut down. And we gain life this way. Or, well, you know, we lose less is kind of what it amounts to. So now they have Sunfall? They were trying to hold out. There's a Glissa over there. We can blitz an underdog or cast an underdog, but we can also tear asunder to get that Glissa back. I wish this had been on the Sheoldred now that I'm looking at my hand, but what can you do? Remove 3 counters from a permanent's fun. Let's just play these out. I think the opponent's about to play Atraxa, so we're going to have to tear it asunder and find a way to finish the job. Oh, they missed a land drop. They can't Atraxa. I'm just counting to 7. Okay. Well, so they have a lot of spells. That's the bad news. They invaded Zendikar. That seems good for us. And that's all? That's all. Next turn it gets really real. We draw. We underdog. Is that game? Potentially game. Pay 2 life. Ouchie. But we're doing it. I'm no coward. Yes! Got there. By the hair on our chinny chin chin. On the draw with a cut down. We also have the Soul Cauldron into Staff curve, which I'm not going to say is particularly good, but you know, it's there. Also have 2 of our legendary lands in the opener. Really hope we don't draw a 3rd. Oh, look. On a red. Don't forget to play with fire. You gotta wait till my end step. You gotta do it really right. It's the big decisions that mono red gamers make. Come and get it. When they don't have Kumano, it's like playing against a whole different deck. So, do we hold up Go for the Throat to kill a Squee? Yeah. Cauldron's great and all, but mono red is all about damage. And we did draw the other Takenuma because that's how it goes. Anything else? We're gonna dig. They dropped a Strangle. Well, that's probably good. I'm not cutting this down. In fact, I'm just holding. I'm just gonna go for the throat. There's Squee or something like that, and then play a Sheoldred. Oh, okay. We got a upkeep play with fire. Try to the top, probably a land. It's not. Weird. Must be another play with fire. Oh, they got me on full control. Yeah, put those stops on my upkeep. Show me who's boss. I'll show you who's boss. What you gonna do? I'm just so used to mono red curving out and smoking me that, like, when they have an awkward draw, I'm confused. Scoundrel! New card, who dis? Treasure token, sure. No attacks. You're letting me gain life! Don't let me gain life. Staff. Pass. We'll chill. We're good. We can do this for a while. Our opponent's losing life. We're gaining life. Now I just need ASHIOK. Another one. We gotta watch their auto tapper though. That Foundry is destroying them. I sometimes get asked why I don't play many Foundries. Like, some of my red decks have them, but any of the really low curve ones, like the all 1 and 2 drops, I don't. This is why. Anyway, opponent has decided to attack me. So, if we block here and they lightning strike, well, we'll see what they do. Actually, nah. We'll just kill each one at a time. I still don't see a good enough reason to use a go for the throat. In fact, I'm gonna draw a card. Look how much life I have. I'm doing fine. It's a flex against mono red for sure. Glissa. I think they're gonna kill the Glissa. I think they'll strike it. So let's wait. Going to combat. We're going for it again. I'll go to 11. Any more effects? Godric. Die. No dragons. There's some life. Let's play this Cauldron. It's a fun card. Any activated abilities? Nah, why would... Like, those don't exist in Magic, but we can start moving some +1/+1 counters. I wish it gave out not just the activated abilities of creatures, but all the activated abilities of cards. So like you exile land, your creatures tap for mana. You exile staff, your creatures have 5 abilities. I think that would be fun. Opponent is still playing Magic. Good for them. You look like you could use a +1/+1 counter. Where are we at? 11? Just my turn. Nice and easy. It would be embarrassing to lose from here, right? Let's not. Let's just refuse to. Actually, they can power up the Foundry, so we don't kill them here probably, but we certainly force some blocks. Exile card from their graveyard, make a food. Chumpies. Down to 4. Oh, mono red. Card had too much text and wasn't a red card, so they didn't read it. Ah, that feels nice. I like this. On the draw with the Cauldron, a staff, an underdog. Still haven't drawn ASHIOK. I'll try this. No removal is scary, but hopefully underdog can play some defense. Maybe we'll be in a matchup where Cauldron is good. Hopefully underdog doesn't have to play defense. Or if our opponent's playing a grindy deck, this could get interesting. 2 mana open. We all know what that usually means. Make disappear. So let's throw the underdog at them. Virtue of Loyalty, make a knight. A 2/2 knight with vigilance. And then this says at the beginning of your end step, put a counter on each creature you control. I mean, yeah, we block. This is fine. I don't have to be the aggressor here, I don't think. It looks like the opponent's going to try to make a bunch of creatures. ASHIOK! You're in the deck? How exciting. Here's a staff. Okay. If they were going to counter something, that's fine. It is what it is. So this is... When I saw this card, I thought it was going to be a token deck. Maybe it's still some kind of a token control deck. Anyway, they tapped out, so it seems like a great time for a Soul Cauldron and a Dread Knight. And if they tap out to do something about this, we have ASHIOK. Seems like weird Esper control, doesn't it? All right, let's eat your graveyard. Yes, it can eat any card from any graveyard. It's just extra abilities when you hit creatures. At Murex, can't figure out if that's going to be a problem or not. 5 mana open. I think we just attack and see if they open the door for ASHIOK. Trying to figure out whether I need to Boseiju that Murex, use my own Murex, use my creature land. I don't know. Uh-oh, the careful taps. Hornlock Whale. So if we destroy this, we fizzle the ability and we get to draw a card, which feels weird for my Go for the Throat, but I think is right. I wish I had the staff, don't I? Part of the synergy I'm looking for. All right, when it dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. Gone. All right. Adventure mode. Another make disappear? Okay. They're having a whale of a game. Well, now we have a creature to exile for a +1/+1 counter. Hopefully their make disappear can't hit my ASHIOK. Well, they didn't play the Virtue. Yet. Don't take the whale until we have something to put the counter on. Another land. Not ideal. So let's send the underdog and see if we can draw some more cards. Don't think I want to use the Cauldron for a +1/+1 counter here. Would just go away when the underdog dies. The opponent's going to Murex. I think we just let the Murex stuff happen, but let's see what we draw. Tear Asunder. Well, that means I now have an answer for the Virtue. So yeah, let's nuke the Murex. Now they cast Virtue. So they get +1/+1 counters on end step. Tear Asunder is a good card. Let's bring out Underdog and tear asunder the Virtue of Loyalty. Don't know how much that matters if they're playing a pure control deck, but having this thing grow could be frustrating, and we'll see. Like, just them having that out there, making their Wandering Emperor tokens bigger and badder could be a problem long term. Shieldred. All that open mana, what's the best way to give them fits? I would love to keep drawing cards. I guess I'm just going to play a backup underdog if they do something about this one. Does feel like a Wandering Emperor, but we should be sure. Smite it? Sure. Any other effects? No card draw, no memory deluge. That's good for us. -3, 2 life. Yeah. All right. Three poison, 9 health. Four open mana. I really want Sheoldred to stick. Make them deal with Glissa. Now we definitely want to save the Tear Asunder for the Virtue. Please stop! Just draw some land. Does that make a 2/2? Ooh, now our life total's really in danger. All their cards are 2-in-1s. That must be nice. I see the appeal. Still can't do anything here. Gotta save the Tear. Down to 5. But hopefully they're out of all their good removals, so Sheoldred can stick. Huh? Pause. I hate that. Don't tell me it's another make disappear. Oh my goodness. Had it all. Had it all. All right, but out of cards. Go for the Throat's not bad, but we're gonna have to solve this Virtue. Actually, the Virtue isn't bad, right? Because we have the Cauldron. And now, we'll see. They spent everything, and now there's a Sheoldred. They could have saved the Make Disappear for the Sheoldred. They didn't. Yeah, they can go for that. Put target? Yep. Thank God it targets. Yay, life. All right. There's a Glissa down there. There's an Underdog. But I think it's time for ASHIOK. Target player exiles the top X for X's total mana value of cards you own in exile. Create 2/1/1 tokens and draw cards. Well, if something were to happen to Sheoldred, I would be in a bad place. Let's do this.
Leave no mind unspoiled.
Hit for 5 and 7. It's a 2-turn clock. It is a 2-turn clock. Target. My Underdog. In response, counter. I think they're going to kill the Sheoldred if they draw spot removal. Let's put a counter elsewhere. And hold on to your butts. Mega Might over there is trying to finish me. Can't do it. Ooh, it's very frustrating when your opponent has a lot of removal and a lot of counters, but that's why you don't bring the Queen out too early. And I bet if you tuned in at many points during that game, you're like, why doesn't he play ASHIOK? Why doesn't he play Sheoldred? Because those cards can overpower all kinds of board states. And our opponent basically, like, the game got away from them when they committed everything to protecting their board instead of dealing with mine. Green hand? Will we draw black mana? I don't know if we'll draw black mana. I'll put it to the test. I'm running hot today. Visitor. Hey, that's black mana. I'm gonna hope to draw untapped black mana. I have a feeling I'll get to use this Terra Sunder on whatever enchantment creature the opponent plays. The problem is this visitor is just going to keep scaling. Double visitor? And audacity, probably. Triple visitor. We're dead. We are garbage. Unless Glissa. Well, Glissa's not gonna play. Okay. No, I'm blocking. Triple visitor. Game over, man. Why can't we just ban these cards? They should all be banned. Yay, spread it around. I like that. Means that they're not going to attack for too much right away. No attacks. Well, if they're cowardly, that would help. They also missed a land drop. Glissa or Cauldron, Cauldron or Glissa. Glissa. This card is actually really good against them. And if they don't remove it, they can't attack, and they don't have a basic land. So let's be aggressive. Be aggressive. It is very hard to race enchantments. They can usually get a life linker with some huge buff. So we just have to be optimistic. Uh-huh. Yeah. And do they draw the land? Please no. They did. At least it's not basic. Alright. The Boseju's interesting. So we attack with Glissa, they just block with their companion, right? We could do something about that. But maybe they don't know. You have to see if they know. Dang it, they know. Okay. New Glissa? Couldn't really attack into it last turn, could they? There we go. And still no basic for ossification. Oh, come on. Who plays that? Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. I think I was playing the way I had to have a chance, but my god. Okay. Let the magic continue. Alright. Okay. If I lose to another seal, I'm going to cry. Who plays that? It's usually like maybe a one of. Hmm? Whoa. Love it. They played so conservative for so long, they're getting impatient. Okay. Beautiful. So they have to block with this Calyx. And then we could kill both. Is it better to hit them and get an ability? No. This is huge. We can put them in the abyss. All right, gotta do this. And then let's see if they have an audacity. What if they had a protection spell? I could lose the game here to a protection spell. So we don't do that. We don't lose the game that way. There, clean them up. We're down to a Soul Cauldron and a Glissa, but Glissa can solo. Oh, please don't draw land. And play another play. Damn it. Come on. Ah! Perfect. Flawless play. All right. We power up Cottage and attack and make food. We lose to not ossification. We lose to audacity, right? But how do we win? That's the question we have to ask, and I think that's how we win. Because they're gonna play probably 2 more creatures. We lose to Calyx too. All right. God. Right on time. It hurts. It burns. Also, if only we had had 1 more mana, we could have held that Boseiju. Oh, it hurts. Haunting. Yeah, I'm haunted. Okay. Freebie? New card attack. Food? None of these have abilities for the Cauldron, so take your pick. 13 health and a food. Brick? They're not gonna brick. They didn't draw land for a while there. These are spells. The question is what spells? Hopefully it's all ossification. Double haunting. Great. If it is all ossification and they take out the Sheoldred, I die. The fact that they actually had to think about it is interesting, but I think we have to hope they didn't draw 3 of their exile effects. Also, gotta hold up the food. Yep, that would have been lethal. Still might be. I think they need one more enchantment, 2 more enchantments. They always got that card. Yeah, that's gonna be game. I can't take anymore. I can't take it. I hate enchantments so much. But life goes on. We almost had that one anyway. That turn when they were able to double spell and draw the basic for their ossification bailed them out. No rotation is so tough. I can go entire days of playing Magic without seeing anybody else running an Eldraine card. Makes me sad. The cards are actually really cool, especially like some of the creature lands. ASHIOK is pretty cool if you ever get to cast it, because turn 5 only happens in some games, and in the games where it does happen, counter spells happen. But I mean, overall, I would love to say nice things about Eldraine. It's just very frustrating that it feels like I'm the only one doing it. We'll keep this because the Dread Knight's cool. So maybe instead of a record count, because obviously good decks are good, we should have a new card count. See how many people actually play new cards. Let's make a 3-2. White, though, means everything gets exiled, not destroyed. So I don't know if Dread Knight's going to be very good here. Underdog, of course. Hopefully they counter it. Soldiers. Soldiers, soldiers, soldiers. It should be interesting, though. We can probably pressure them a good amount. Oh, and then they're like, boom, veteran, haha. I guess we have to play defense. We don't have removal for the veteran. Sheoldred. Say go. We definitely can't race them if they play a Brutal Cathar on Sheoldred. They did miss a land, though. Double veteran. Classic. All right, I am going to be aggressive now because they weren't able to remove her. That it? Cool. Free card. Don't know why Auto Tapper doesn't show anything in that spot. A little frustrating. Anyway, here's Glissa taking on your team. They found the land and they found the Brutal Cathar, and it goes after Shieldred. Well, that means they can't attack through the Glissa. What you got? First strike, Death Touch, intelligence test. We'll take the card. 6 mana total. Love that. Here is... I guess we can take out the Brutal Cathar. Then we lose to like a counter spell though, or something like that. So let's do it now. Let's get it done. Should have played the Cottage this turn if I was going to make that play. My plan was to drop my Shieldred, but then if, like, I don't know, somehow their Brutal Cathar dies, they block with it, whatever, then they Legend Rule my Shieldred instead of me having a backup Shieldred. 4 life left. Aggression. Food token. So many reinforcements. Let's see what you do with them. Wow. All the blocks. Okay. Veteran. Cottage can finish the job. Easy game. Good night, Soldier deck. That deck really, I don't think, got any new cards. None that come to mind. On the play, Underdog. Go for the throat, Glissa. Nice. Let's get Restless. Opponent is also feeling restless. Restless Fortress. What does black and white do? Farmhand. I mean, it's a basic plains. It shouldn't be hard to choose one unless you put all your different arts in your deck. Hello? Dammy! Perfect. Would you like to block? Too bad. I would have loved for Glissa to not have to go through this farmhand. Last zone. Noted. Proliferate. My blast zone is a play you can make. And no attack? Coward. Too bad we have the tapped land here. It's gonna throw us off. Let the opponent set up their Wandering Emperor. Oh, that proliferate makes me wonder. No kidding. So they're not gonna play a counter spell. Let's see if we can draw out their action with the Shield or the Apocalypse. No attacks into a Wandering Emperor, though. Not here. Not now. Not when we could draw a Staff of Completion to protect our underdog in the future. Staff of Completion is in this deck, too. It's been a few games since we saw it. Yeah, look at them now. They're like, do I play my Wandering Emperor? What do I do? My opponent played around it. Oh god. Oh god. Blast zone to 3. Opponent to 12. 5 lands, easy peasy. Pass. I see you. I see your wandering emperor. Here's ASHIOK. They also might be a sunfaller, so we're gonna plus.
For my art.
Easy choice. So now we have a different kind of pressure on the board that the opponent has to think about dealing with. Ta-da! They do. Easy. So, you're gonna pop that blast zone. It's on 4 now. Oops, all draw go from the opponent. Thrilling. I would like to draw a card and lose a life. Boseiju! Interesting. So if we do nothing, they're definitely going to pop the blast zone, yeah? Yep, so now they're not going to use the blast zone, but if they do, they hurt their own wandering emperor. Let's see what they target, or how they target.
Finally, I'm home.
They're at 10. You can't do nothing for very long. And I can ignore their wandering emperor, because they're going to blow it up. Let's play Trample. I think the best use of the Boseiju will be the Fortress. The Fortress actually gains life, but I would love to be able to time it for exactly when they activate it.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Now they go for the throat. If I go for the blast zone now, then they might not be able to answer the Shieldred. Or just let them keep it. Take out their creature land that gains life. That's a tough call. I think people will say the blast zone because I have a Shieldred in hand, but I mean, they're just as likely to have more removal in hand. They're obviously a removal deck. They've been cat and mousing this whole game with the Wandering Emperor because they wanted to use that. Doesn't mean they don't have other removal. Big Planeswalker.
I'll make the most of the little time I have.
Probably game.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Doing this because I want it to die because I get a card. I also don't want to have multiple creatures on the battlefield when I play this Shieldred because of Wandering Emperor, or Eternal Wanderer rather. That is just me drawing the card. And then, yeah, if we cast this and the opponent uses the minus ability, they get rid of Shieldred. So our hope is that we make them use the blast zone. Interesting.
Have a nice trip.
Still means they'll take damage from it. Are they trying to attack me? Interesting. They know about the cottages. And the underdog.
May your blade strike true.
That would be another one. They still have to deal with the first one. All right, let's go like this. They gotta do something about that. And they gotta do something about this. Yo face. I'm trying to burn him out here. I was afraid of that. But what will they target?
You've done it.
Wandering Emperor is still an absurdly good card. They have no new cards or anything I would call interesting. It's just like a bad Esper deck, but they have Restless Fortress, which, by the way, you can put Restless Fortress in your Esper deck. It's pretty good. If they do the Blast Zone here, they lose their Emperor. They're gonna do it. Okay.
Until next time, then. We can win this together.
Ah, they're getting scared. Don't play the other things. We need it to be one creature on the board and hope that they don't draw removal for it, and they're all removal deck. But they have to flood out at some point. Okay. Well, if they run bad removal spells, that really helps. Dude, had it all. Absolutely had it all. Everybody? You sure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. They're at 6. They must have another removal spell in hand, right? That must be it. We go to 4. I mean, we could top a removal here. I play Cut Down. That's another card I feel like I haven't drawn in forever. Okay, deck. Deck is totally out to mess with me. So, double strike, 4/4. Got a block. 3 out of 4. 1, 2. Does 3 life matter? It does. But I don't think we get there. I mean, they drew exactly 7 lands and removal and planeswalkers, and I drew a lot more land. Like, a pretty silly amount more land. Need them to block. Okay, they do. Good. Had to have that block, and we got it. They have 1 more removal spell. I think that does me in too. I think they can also just plus the Wandering Emperor. Or the Eternal Wanderer and win that way, but hope they don't see it. They move to combat. They attack. Should block the double striker. Actually, it doesn't matter. If they had a Wandering Emperor, they could put a counter on the unblocked one. Okay. Childred? Childred for the win? No. Draw exactly 7 mana. Draw your 7 mana Planeswalker. Magic is easy.
That's just a start.
Yeah, that game did make me salty. There's a world, like, I would play this deck for a day, but it frustrates me seeing decks that are basically don't take advantage of new cards, are bad versions of other decks. Like, this is bad Esper, and then they draw, like, really good. It makes me unhappy. Oh well. I'll get over it. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh, we have the staff in the ASHIOK. Maybe we can actually use ASHIOK's abilities here. It's been kind of absurd how little I've drawn these cards. But maybe it comes together here. And we're on the play. Like, it feels like we might unleash the power of the deck. Assuming it doesn't get counterspelled. Woof woof. Windblade Geist. That's fresh. Do we try to block the Geist? It's a double striker. We should be careful. Life is a resource when it comes to Staff of Completion. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm fine, it's fine. This is fine. In the graveyard. Right where we want them. Virtuoso. Great. I will draw a card, because I am brave. Tear Asunder. Does this grant flying? It's just double strike, right? And this already has double strike. It just wants to connive. We're going for the reason we came.
Even the grandest ideas.
Now, please don't make your Illuminator Virtuoso unblockable. That would frustrate me. What's that do? I have no idea. +2/+2. Flying and like...
I relinquish victory.
They did tap out. They did tap out, guys. You could definitely keep track of how many times in these games I've had to double Legendary Land, and it's been twice now, which tells you not to run 2 of on your Legendary Lands, I guess. Hey, they don't have another creature. That's the key against these decks. Catch them without a creature, they fold. Activated abilities, huh? The beginning of combat, if a card was put into exile from anywhere, nice. Let's do it again though, it's fun. More exile. We could also proliferate here, but we'll just cast. Well, the nightmares are going to work. What do you got? You got, Joe. Okay. They may have gotten rid of ASHIOK, but they tapped out that turn, and now the nightmares are putting in the work to finish this game. Missed a point of damage. Forgot how my card worked, it's fine. Shreddies. Combat research. Triggers. Get that courage. Ha 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 ha. Twin Blade Geist. I'm feeling bold. ASHIOK! Oh, we're gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. So I can pay this life for mana, but exile cards instead. Like, how exciting. Ha! That connive hurts them. Literally clowned by it. Exile that, move to combat, counters, swing. Obviously the synergy is off the chain and the most important part of the deck. Yeah, what would I say as we finish this video? I think that once again, these synergies are really cool. It's just so hard to get them to come together. There are tutors like Beseech the Mirror you could run, and in this deck, it would be so awesome if Bargain let you for Beseech would let you sacrifice like your creatures like the Dread Knight, but it doesn't, and you don't really want to set yourself back. So I don't think this is a Beseech the Mirror deck, no matter how many times the comments spam about that card. I do think that card is super niche because it's hard to get those tokens and artifacts that you want to throw away. ASHIOK is cool though. I think ASHIOK without synergy is just as good as ASHIOK with, but obviously it makes a big difference having Staff and Soul Cauldron because your nightmares become amazing. Overall though, you know, Sheoldred. Would this deck be what it is without Sheoldred? Probably not. And the thing that you always have to compare black-green to is Dimir. Is blue the better splash? Probably. We'll get more into that as the season goes on. But I like this green-black deck. Green is almost becoming a color in Magic again. This Dread Knight card really helps. It helps that we have 3/2s that produce ongoing value in the game instead of just dying to cut down. And the Soul Cauldron, I mean, even when you're not doing shenanigans, is a fair but decent Magic card. I think it just struggles in best of one, but still might go in a lot of decks. Anyway, that's going to be it for my take on Golgari. Thank you for watching this video and staying till the end. That really supports the channel. As always, you're cool. Whether you're a student of the dojo or a salty mono red scrub, head over to Moxfield, the official home for all of my deck lists. Study the curve, see an example hand, or do a virtual playtest. Whether you're trying to beat the one or study your sensei, find everything you need at Moxfield. Moxfield.com, the best site for Magic the Gathering decks on the internet.